All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Arm Wrestling Showcase number 19. We all know our host, Kane Fontecchio with Alpha Empire Arm Wrestling, and myself, Josh Edwards with Nowhere to Run. Today we have a special up-and-comer guest in the community, Mitchell Stone. How you doing today, Mitchell?
Doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent.
It's a nice day, nice weather. So let's get it kicked right off. How long have you been involved in the sport of arm wrestling?
I started doing it probably when, I was like Juji Mufu did stuff like with Devin Larrett, like they're doing co-op thing, and that was back in late 2019. I think like September. Yeah, that was the first time I did it. I watched him on Juji Mufu's channel and started looking at the stuff he was doing. I thought it was pretty interesting. Like I started way back, like, table arm wrestling. I watched Pulling John back in 2014, 13 on like Netflix or something. That was the first time I realized arm wrestling was an actual sport. So I thought that was really cool. So I was going around like arm wrestling all my friends and everything. That was fun.
That's awesome. And where are you from? Where do you live at in the United States?
Well, I'm in California. I'm like right next to the Nevada border.
Oh, okay.
Like right next to Reno. Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes from Reno.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you are a Californian. I
am.
thought you were
Yeah.
on the Nevada side.
I'm there training with them all the time, but yeah, I'm a Californian.
So like if you hopped over 30 minutes, if you moved over 30 minutes, you'd get all the good tax breaks and all that stuff.
Yes, cheaper gas, cheaper groceries. Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be frustrating. But California's got its perks, man.
There's a few of them. It's got a beach.
Awesome.
I grew up by the beach. Oh, I miss it. I miss the beach.
Which beach?
You're right.
Gaviota's was the beach I grew up next to.
Where's that
That's
near?
over by,
I'm not familiar.
That's by Lompoc, California. Lompoc Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you ever go to Halama Beach sometime?
Yep. Yes, I went to Halama Beach too. Yeah.
Great beach. You got to have a halama burger, man. You got to.
I did. Yeah, I had a halama burger. Our school took us on a field trip there, and we all got burgers. Oh, so cool. Yep.
Yeah, I
Are
love
these
that
like
place.
really good burgers? What's the deal? What is it? A special burger or what?
The halama burger. It's just there's a little restaurant like right off the beach that you can get a burger, and I don't remember what it tasted like, but I remember eating it.
It's pretty good. It's just the mystique of the place. It's up there a little north of Santa Barbara. And the cool thing is, you have to take this little off-road for what is it, Mitchell? Like I want to say like 30, 40 minutes or something. You're kind of traveling through you're going through mountains and farmland.
Yeah.
You come around that last bend and you're in this just like its own little universe of a cove, right? Like there's just this little private beach encased in cliff, and you kind of go down into the beach, and they've got campgrounds. You can camp on the sand, and all they have there for amenities is this tiny little like store / burger joint. But it's a cool spot, man. That's where I proposed to Malia.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice. I think if I remember correctly, they had like the little windows you can order outside while you're doing stuff. I thought that was really cool.
That's right. Yeah.
I haven't been there in a long time. Since I was in like middle school, so it's been a while.
That would be a badass place to get like a little I don't know, one of the, it's somewhat central in terms of for the arm wrestling teams. If we ever wanted to get like a cool camp out going.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so good.
It's a good spot to go, like late summer, early fall. But yeah, to get all the teams to go and just bring like, 2-3 tables and just camp out and arm wrestle, like that would be so much fun.
I went to Long Beach, and I don't know if you know the water temperature, like Gaviota and the water's so much cooler. Like I couldn't stand the beach in LA, like Long Beach. It was way too warm. I like the cool ocean water.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. I was swallowing a bunch of that when I was a kid. Oh, it made me sick.
All right. Well, sorry for derailing the beach conversation. Yeah, take us back again through the journey. So you first saw Pulling John, and that kind of introduced you to arm wrestling as a sport. And then you said it
Oh
was
yeah.
September 2019. It was Juji Mufu and Devin Larrett,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what was the significance of that versus Pulling John? Like, was it at that point that you actually decided to take something more serious, like maybe go compete or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
Well, yeah, I watched that, and they had their table and everything. He was introducing the table to Juji Mufu and all the stuff, and I was like, maybe I could build one of those. So I built a table, and I made a pulley system because I was seeing how they were people were training. I think I watched like Ryan Bowen. He was doing stuff on a pulley back then, and so I bought one, and I built this table, and that's all I did, just by myself. And then I seen this tournament come up at Long Beach. I was like, oh, I'll go down there. It'll be fun. So I went down there, and then I pulled you and this tiny little guy, and his left arm was crazy strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
yeah.
It
You
was
smoked
ridiculous.
me, and that was that was the first loss at the first tournament I had ever taken. It's like, man,
Same
who
here.
is this kid? Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me, he was like, yeah, I think he said he was like Russian or something.
Right.
A little Russian kid, yeah.
And I
That was
never
fun
saw him
though.
again. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, nope, I've never seen him, just that one time.
Okay. Watch. He's gonna like just reemerge, maybe like with like Vosgin's team or something like that at some point. He's just gonna come out in like 2024 and smoke everybody.
He was so tiny, but he was so strong. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, pound for pound, it was a little
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Okay, so Long Beach, and then what happened from there?
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, Devin Larrett released that arm bets app because I was training by myself. I started this meetup thing to try and get people to train because I was just by myself with my pulley system. So I started this meetup thing to try and get people to arm wrestle with me. I got like 2 people. We arm wrestled for a few months. Then Devin Larrett released that arm bets thing, and he's like, go out there, use arm bets, find a group, and I did. I found the group here in Nevada, Mark and Eric and Kyle and a few other people. And I went there and started pulling with them. And then they're like, oh, there's this tournament in Reno, the Legion Sports Fest that was in Long Beach. They moved to Reno. So we're all training for that one. Gosh, I think that was like 2020 or 2020. No, it was 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
That's where we saw each other again, right?
Yep.
I'm so glad that happened because I remember we started talking after Long Beach, and it was so disappointing because I was like, dude, this guy's really strong. He's really talented, and I saw some of your videos like pulling trucks and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's so fun.
And I'm like, dude, who do you train with? And you didn't have anybody. And at first I was thinking like, okay, is he just like not motivated? Because a lot of people, they do travel 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes even 3 to go train. And like when you told me your story, like it seemed like you literally had to travel like 8 hours or something to find people to train with at the time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was really bad, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And so Armbet really changed a lot of that for you, huh?
Yeah, I think it was Fisher. What's that guy's name? Trained with John. I can't remember what his name. The old guy, something Fisher, Alan Fisher.
Really? Yeah. Well, he's in San Diego.
Yeah, I know. He was at a tournament and he was like, "Oh, we got a group, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, I can't do that."
Oh, right.
Yeah, he was trying to get me in a group, and I thought that would have been cool, but there's no way I could have made that one.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, that guy's a legend. No, still nobody can touch him. Well, I don't know. There might be a couple that are close, but he's still got that number 1 spot for the 165s. And he's
crazy.
What is he, Josh, now? 69 or 70 or something like that?
I think he's like 68. Yeah.
68.
Is that in California or is that in
California,
like the US? Oh, okay.
The thing is he just hasn't been very he hasn't been very active outside of the state in a while, but a lot of us are very interested to see what would happen if Alan went out there and pulled Roman Gromov. What would happen if he, pulled who else do we have? What is it? Kevin Palco. Who is the number one lightweight right now? It was Gromov.
Dustin Hyatt, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but isn't he like a 175 now or no?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. He was in Caleb's same class for that East versus West qualifier. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I know that right around there, yeah, I mean, it's Palco and Gromov, and Palco, I think, has the last win on Roman.
Right. Okay, so yeah, Reno 2020 kind of lost you after that, Mitchell. What went down after that?
Let's see. Well, our group kind of started breaking up. Like it was just the guy who started the group, his name was Mark, and he didn't want to pull anymore. And so it was just me and Eric, and I had to drive all the way into town just to pull with one guy. And I mean, I'm still doing that today. Like it's pretty much just me and one other guy, and it's hard to stay motivated when that's like all you get to do. I didn't have really. I mean, there was a tournament coming up. I think it was an open or something. It was after. I think it was after the Sands. I think that was the one you showed up after, or
Right.
you showed up. It was a Sands Legacy. And then there was a tournament after that. I went in there, and I did the pros, and it didn't go well.
What year was that?
I think that was 2021.
And
I'm not
was
sure.
that also in Reno or?
Yeah, that was in Reno.
Okay.
It's either 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure. It's all blurring together.
Who took you out in that one?
I don't know. I was there, and then it didn't go well, and I left. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, so it was kind of a discouraging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But somewhere in that time frame, you hooked up with Tara Terry and her dad, Robert Terry, right?
Yeah. So I was pulling with Eric at his house, and they had a little Facebook group that Eric started, and Kyle was on there, Kyle Knapp, and he invited him over to his house, and we were pulling over there, and he's like, every weekend he would come over, and he's like, you guys are super consistent. We should start a group. So Kyle started a group at a bar, and I mean, it was big at first, maybe like 6-7 people. And then Tara, Robert, they were on Facebook. They came and trained every now and then. That's kind of how I met them, was through Kyle setting up the bar group.
Right.
I think that was maybe a year or two. No, it was probably about a year ago. Yeah.
And how often in the last year have you been getting practice in? Are you pretty consistent?
Almost every single week. I've almost missed zero for the last maybe 2 years. Yeah, I was off for a few months. I did get injured. Like I hurt like the tendon in both my arms from pulling, and for like 6 months I couldn't really do anything. I was still going, but it was just light pulling, really light.
Yep. Yeah, it's rough working around those injuries, and it seems like the last couple years, especially this last year, there's been so much going on with tournaments, and it's hard to pick which tournament, and figuring them out with where you're at with injuries and health and everything like that. But also in a general way, for guys like us, you and I are both getting to almost our 4-year mark with arm wrestling, at least competitively, and kind of the general outlook I have. Like you were talking about that one tournament in Reno where it kind of stung a little bit. You took some losses, and yeah, the humble pies they really are rough, but I don't know, just kind of the way I look at it is we're still new, man. And I guess the most positive way to look at it is, shoot, you and I, we both pulled our first open tournament. That was Sands, right?
Yeah,
That was 3 months into the sport, bro. Well, for
Oh,
you, it was
wow.
4 or
No,
5.
was it really? Yeah, you're right.
Well, no, yeah, for you too. If you count it from
Yeah,
first
because
competition.
yeah, it was like that September 2009 or 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna jump in with the big dogs who have been doing it a while and got the experience, there's gonna be some tough moments, and it's just one of those things where, you know, you kind of take it in as a learning experience. So yeah, that's why sometimes, even when, as long as I feel safe, if I'm injured like a little bit, you know, you've got some of the aches and pains, the inner elbow or whatever, I'll be okay, like just going for it, just to see what I learn and be like, I know I'm gonna get smoked on this one, but
Well,
it all
the
pays
injury
in
was
the end.
the injury was kind of helpful in a way because a lot of times I'd always go inside and just hook all the time, and I couldn't do that for months, so I had to pull outside all the time, and
And
it
it
kind
up
of
your outside game a little bit.
yeah, it was really cool. I mean, my side pressure went down a lot from not doing it anymore, but I gained a lot in my riser and everything else, and it was a pretty good learning experience. Staying away from what I liked doing and doing what I had to do. That really helped me.
Right. So, Josh, did you get a chance to see any of Mitchell's polls over at UAL in Anaheim? Because you were announcing, you were pretty busy, and you're muted, bro.
Whoops.
There he is.
Oops. No, I did not, because I thought he was somebody completely different. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, right. I
So,
thought he was the dude that pulled Don Mormon. So,
right.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I have went back and watched the live stream though. And now that I know he's in the 165 class, I'll watch it again.
Yeah. So, tell us about how things worked out for you in the brackets at UAL Anaheim. What was it? Shoot, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh man, that went terrible. So the problem I think it was is I don't have a lot of table experience arm wrestling different people. I've been arm wrestling the same guy and maybe 2 or 3 people. So my table IQ is pretty low. So
Okay.
I'm still working on how to grip and all that other stuff, and I just didn't know how to pull against these other people. Yeah, I think that was my biggest problem, because I did some after pulls and those were much more successful.
Of course. Yeah. Because the strength is definitely there for you, and I mean, and I'm saying that from like what 2-3 years ago, but so who did you meet first in the brackets? Do you remember names?
No, so this one guy looked like he came out of the 1980s. He had a mullet, mustache, some zebra stripe pants, fancy pants.
Christian Zapata.
Okay.
Yeah, we train with him a lot. He's from Team Compound. He's the coach of their team.
Okay. Well, he had some crazy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he came out in the 1980s.
What happened with Christian?
So my plan was to catch him, because
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm fast enough right now. I mean, people keep saying I'm fast, but I can't get it in my head that I should have hit first. So I was like, I'm just going to catch him. And I caught him, and I was holding on to his thumb because he was trying to slip out, because I guess he wanted to get in the strap. So I'm sitting there holding on to this guy's thumb, trying to pull him back, and his thumb pops out. So then we go in the straps. And he was doing this thing. He was making this gap. And at the time, I didn't realize what he was doing. He was making a little gap between my hand and his hand, so we could
Press.
Yeah. So he press in. And I didn't understand that. So I gripped him a little low, and it fed right into his press. It was terrible.
His press is brutal. Yes, it's brutal.
Well, he was talking to the. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I was just saying that's what you said earlier. It does play into things like that. He's another Southern California guy. We all pull with each other all the time. And had you pulled with him more, maybe you might have had the key, to not let that happen. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, I was saying that he was talking to him and the Whisperer were messing around on the table, and he was telling him exactly what he was doing. And I was like, oh, that's what he did to me. He was explaining to him exactly what he did to me, and it made me think about maybe what I could have done different to help myself. So I just need to get on the table with more people.
Right. So you had some after pull time with ET, with the Whisperer?
Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. Because he hooks like me, and that was what I wanted. I wanted a good hook.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he was at our practice today. He's incredibly talented. Very intuitive. Like in the setup, he's one of those guys where, like, if you're thinking, you could like try and like show him something else, but if you think you're gonna of what you're gonna do, it's like he knows. It's really kind of creepy.
Super nice too. He was super nice.
Yeah, top notch dude.
Do you remember anybody else?
Yeah.
Sorry. Do I remember anybody else?
Yeah, like any of your other matches? Yeah,
there was this. So I don't know his name. It was the tallest guy there, super tall guy, and he told me like, what was that?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Was that right? Okay.
He, maybe in a tank top and like kind of darker skin, shorter buzzed hair.
Yeah. Halfway through, he changed his shirt, which was kind of weird. I guess he was working up a sweat or something. Yeah, super nice guy. Yeah, he was like, he said he did the exploding hand technique. So we were gripped up, right? And I was waiting for him to go, and the guy said go, and his hand didn't even move. Like, I'm just holding him there, waiting for him to put pressure on my arm, and nothing happened, and just standing there like holding arms. And he picks his elbow up, so then we have to start again, and we do it again, and the same thing. My arm doesn't go anywhere. It's just holding him, right? I'm like, what the heck? I thought I was going to feel a bunch of pressure and nothing. And then he just goes backwards and grabs my fingers and pinned me.
I wonder if he was feeling you out a little bit, trying to
maybe because there wasn't much going on in the middle. Like I was waiting for something to happen and nothing. We're just kind of standing there staring at each other. It's kind of silly. And he was like, "Hey man, this is what I did to you, blah blah blah." So that was really cool of him. I appreciate that.
So
this is how I whooped you.
was that the?
This is how I whooped you.
Oh yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool though. I think I can get him next time.
Yeah, was that your elimination?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was on the right.
Yep, I didn't do left. My left was messed up at the time.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean that's a tough draw, dude. Yeah, like both those guys are they're both versatile pullers, I want to say, and tricky without knowing who they are. But yeah, maybe you'll have the answer for them next time. Okay, now before that was Arizona, right? And yeah, that was the first time I saw you reemerge. I thought you were done with the sport or something, because the last time I saw you was back in 2020 in Reno. And yeah, I remember Tara, she posted something on Facebook with all you guys like in an airplane or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, wait, is that Mitchell? Like, and I had to double take. I think I messaged Tara. I was like, is that Mitchell?
Yeah, she did. She told me. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, he's back. Mitchell's back. So I did get to see a few of your pulls in that tournament, and that one went a little better for you, right? Yeah. I got a few people to the pad.
Yeah,
man. Okay, so yeah,
what made it easier is everyone I pulled tried to hook me, so it just made it easy for me.
Yeah, right on. Did you get a chance to pull Caleb in that one?
No, he had a super match, so he wasn't doing right arm. That's what he said. He said he had a super match, so he wasn't pulling right arm.
Right, with Sam Harris or Sam Taylor. Right. Okay.
And I wasn't pulling left because my left was busted.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I remember when I first pulled Caleb. I think it was one of the Legion Sports Fest, and I was pulling amateurs, and I got to pull Caleb. Oh, I came so close to getting it. It was cool.
When was it?
And he pulled pros, and then the next day he pulled amateurs at the Legion Sports Fest in Reno. This was like 2021.
Okay.
And he was there. And so I got into the winning bracket. So it was for second place, and we grip up. He almost gets me to the pad, and I stop him. And I thought he pinned me, and he thought he pinned me. And so we look at each other, and then we both look at the ref, and he's like, "There's no pin." So then we go back at it, and I start pulling him back up, and I almost got him to the pad, and his hand popped out. And he was so much better than me in the strap. Like once we strapped up, it was useless. But it was so fun. It was so fun pulling him. And he was super nice to me at the end, like, hey, you're, keep doing it, keep training. You're doing good, super cool. And then the next Legion Sports Fest, there was the 2022 Legion Sports Fest came up. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try and pull Caleb. So I'm going to go up a class, because he said he was going to pull into, because I pulled in 154 and then the 175 or whatever. So I pulled 2 weight classes, because that's what he did last time. So I was like, okay, he'll be in here. He'll be in this weight class, and I can arm wrestle him again. And he went up actually 3 weight classes. So he wasn't in any of the ones I was pulling in. But I actually won both my weight classes, so that was cool.
Oh,
I haven't lost any amateur right arm in the 154.
Really?
Amateurs. Yeah, I've never lost amateur 154. And I won one above that, one class above that. The only reason I lost the other one is because Caleb showed up and destroyed me.
Okay.
So that was fun. I learned a lot from that.
What are you weighing right now, Mitchell?
Between 158 and 160, around there.
Okay, so 154 is a very easy cut for you then.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Well, what is I love your name, dude. You're Mitchell Stone. That's
yeah.
You're asking to be like an arm wrestling superstar. So what is next for Mitchell Stone?
Oh man. I got the Legion Sports Fest coming up in October. That's the one I'm focusing on. And I just want to see how I do there. I've been having insomnia problems for the last month and a half or so. So it's been really messing up my training and everything. But hopefully I'll get that fixed. And yeah, when October gets here, that's what I'm really focusing on. Seeing what I can do. Hopefully some more people come up than the last few times.
I'm trying to remember where that is. I feel like I've done it, but I can't.
They've been the last few years they've had it at the Reno event, the Atlantis Event Center in Reno.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I don't think I've been to that one. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that PAL tournament game where they had Canada versus United States. Matt Mask had the Tim Bresnan match.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that month too. What part of October is that?
I think it's the 5th through the 7th is the Legion Sports Fest. So it's, yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that's what it is. Early October.
That's next on the agenda for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless someone can convince me to go to another tournament.
Yeah, I might be there. I know there's a couple things going on a lot farther than that from you, but in Riverside we've got the Locked and Loaded tournament coming up. I believe that's August 26th. But if you want to test yourself with some pretty gnarly competition, that's definitely a good one. I feel like really a good crop of arm wrestlers in every weight class show up for that. Good payouts too. And then Josh, what do we have after that? Is the Kraken in San Diego?
Yeah, the Kraken's in September, right around the end of September.
Okay.
Cracking. I like it.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, the San Diego tournaments are awesome. And is there anything going on up in your neck of the woods that's a little bit closer to Mitchell?
Yeah, well, I just have to get everything ironed out and all that, but I'm looking at October, the middle of October, to do something at Crusader.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Right
So that's
on.
Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, that's a super central location for sure.
Mm.
Right on. Exciting stuff. Yeah, that October will be a good month for me to get back in this thing. Might do the Kraken in September, but either way, I think we'll be seeing each other soon, Mitchell.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd love to pull you again.
Let's do this. In fact, today at practice, I was every person that I pulled with, I was like just envisioning they had like beach blonde hair, and I was saying, "Tell me you're Mitchell Stone. Tell me you're Mitchell Stone." No, bro. Okay, so fascinating stuff. I'm really glad that you're back in the sport. Before we run a little round of fast hit, Josh, do you have anything you want to brush up with Mitchell?
No, I mean, he answered pretty much everything I would want to know as a spectator. Just want to get to know you a little bit, and that way everybody watching gets to know you as well. But he answered everything that I can think of.
Right.
And I think the quick hit questions kind of fill in the gaps for anything as well.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'll try and pull another truck for you too.
Yes. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
What about you, Mitchell? Do you have any questions for us?
No,
Cool.
none that I can think of.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a pleasure getting to know you more, and hopefully other people out there being able to get to know you. Guys like you are what this show is all about, because you're putting in the work, and you're one of those guys that's very talented, but you're not on social media, and there's a lot of folks that don't know who you are. But I have a feeling they will very soon, and I mean in your own right, with the competition that you're putting in, the work you're putting in. So and that's what we love, because there's a lot of guys that in congested areas where we got a lot of teams and stuff, that we know everything about each other, and we kind of get caught in that little micro universe of these people that we see every day, and the rankings within those and everything like that. But because of how small this sport is, the reality that we're constantly reminded of when guys like you come around is like, there's some strong dudes out there, that a lot of these guys and big teams and stuff like that don't know about. So, all right, with that said, let's get started.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Let's get started with a little bit of fast hit. Josh, okay, rules are answer each question as quickly as possible. So this is the first thing that comes to your mind, all right? And so rapid fire here. This is fast hit with Mitchell Stone, and we are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Favorite move in arm wrestling?
The hook. Oh, yeah.
Who is your favorite arm wrestler?
John Brzenk.
Steak or ribs?
Steak. I love steak.
Table time or gym for arm wrestling training?
Gym.
One person that you want to pull most?
Caleb.
Ugliest move in arm wrestling?
King's move.
strap or no strap?
No strap.
What do you think your California ranking will be by next year?
Number one. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Super matches or tournaments?
Oh, super matches, definitely.
Beer, whiskey, or wine?
Oh my gosh, beer. Mead's not in there. I can't say mead.
I love it.
I love mead.
All right. Wrist curls or bicep curls?
Wrist curls. Oh yeah.
East versus West, Arm Wars, or King of the Table?
Oh my gosh, king of the table.
Toughest opponent at the Anaheim UAL?
Toughest opponent at Anaheim UAL. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Your first match was Christian Zepeda. Your second match was Michael Brown.
First match.
Christian Zepeda.
Yes.
Okay, and finally, boots or shoes?
Oh, shoes.
That is Fast Hit with Mitchell Stone, the man, the myth, and the legend that you don't know yet, but you're about to. And that's
Nice.
a wrap.